Hey guys, so I'm gonna make another video um, just on the everything that I look at. Today is today is the Saturday 15th of February, so it's halfway through the month. It is the Saturday, which means we have the weekly candle close. So we're gonna have a look at the weekly closes as well, and I'm just gonna go through things that I look at usually, like SPY, gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm gonna look at maybe a bunch of other things. I'm gonna look at dollar. I'm gonna look at Australian dollar, maybe, and a bunch of other space, CGC, possibly. Let's see how we go. So first of all, SPX, SP500. I've got it on the monthly at the moment. Monthly chart. Each candle is 1 month. And what we are looking at is this trend line here, which spans all the way from 2009 after the crash has happened here, double topped from 2000 and 2007. We crashed in the recession of 2008-9, and then at the 2009 we bottomed in March, and then we have been ever since going up as the Federal Reserve continued to print. So this trend line has been pretty much, it's got a lot of touches. It's got a pretty much a constant touch, grind here, and rejection, interestingly, and touch here, almost a touch there, and now we are once again touching this trend line. And it's a couple of different ways to draw it. On my SPX, I have it drawn like this, and on the SPY, I have it drawn a little bit differently, which is this orange line here. And on this trend line, well, yeah, I think I like the other one better. So it seems like we're pretty much like sort of at the edge of breaking out of it, but very, very close. You can draw it this way. There's a number of ways of drawing it. Yeah, I think I like it this way the best. And then if I extend it, it's like that. So it's got the touches like that. It's got the wick here. It's got bodies here, there. So yeah, it's pretty much almost breaking it at the moment. At the same time, we got this trend line here. That's gonna act as support if we do reject. So anyway, so what am I seeing? What am I seeing here is that we're bullish. We're all-time high. We're on the monthly here. The monthly is halfway through, and the candle is looking very, very healthy so far. Yeah, we are basically this reversal candle here, shooting star, I guess you could call it. I think it has not confirmed, and instead we negated it, and the bulls just kept going higher as the Fed keeps printing the money. Let's have a look at the weekly, because the weekly is we had our close yesterday on Friday. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at very strong two candles here. We had this dip for the coronavirus for 2 weeks, and since then it got completely negated. I've listened to this guy on YouTube, and he said that if you actually look at the facts, the coronavirus numbers, like deaths and all that stuff, it's not much different from a normal flu season. So that's why the market realized that the numbers are just very similar to previous normal flu seasons, and it just decided to bounce more as the printing continues. So that's the thing here, right? That's what happened. Anyway, so what are we looking at? We are trying to find if we're gonna have some bear divergence here. So there is a chance of having a bear divergence if we do not break this 80 RSI. on this push up, and then if we do pull back, when we pull back, we're likely to form bear divergence on the monthly here. You could argue it's already played out, but anyway, it's going to be this point, this point, this point, and this point. We're going to have bear divergence if we stay below 80 on the monthly, and at the same time we have a chance of having a bear divergence on the weekly, and we will be also looking for a bear divergence for the daily as well. So if all those three happen at the same time, it might be we might have a pullback coming up. So and that's what I've done here before these trend lines. You can see we got the daily bear divergence here happening, and then if I go back to weekly, you look at these trend lines again over here. Those are the same trend lines. We got a bearish weekly divergence here as well. So once we get those both divergence, we had a nice little pullback here of 6.7%. You could argue we already had the pullback here. So so yeah, we might have to account for that. But anyway, either way, we got this trend line here, and the bulls want to close above it, and so far they are above the trend line. So so yeah, I mean, very bullish. We're above all the EMAs now. We have consolidated. We cooled off the daily RSI here up to 45 approximately, and now we are going back up, and we have we've closed at all-time high here. So see the close here is 337.42, and the close here is 337.60. So we are at all-time highs. The bulls are buying the dip. Bulls bought the dip here. You can see the wick to the downside with a little bit of an increased volume. So very strong, and we remained bullish until otherwise shown. You know, I mean, we had a chance here to become bearish, but no. We just downtrend. We just lost the uptrend on the daily. We set a new weekly high low here. We set a new weekly high low, and now we just keep marching. We just keep marching up, back up. So that's SPY. I don't have much more to say, I guess. Yeah, it's just very bullish, very bullish. Let's look at gold. Gold is very interesting at the moment. So let's have a quick look here. So on the let's have a look on the monthly. On the monthly, what do we got? We got the we got this push up here. There is an argument for Elliott waves people maybe to count it some way, but we're looking like a bull flag again. The monthly, you know, we're looking like a bull flag. The latest candle, the bulls bought the dip, buying the dip at the moment. They're still halfway to go, I guess, on this candle, and it's looking good. It's looking good. We bounced directly off this 8 EMA, the green EMA. We might have this bearish divergence here, but it it doesn't have to play out. It can just keep going up. It's just something to be aware of. And we had a spike on the volume here on the way up. So yeah, that's the monthly. We're above the EMAs. On the weekly, let's have a look on the weekly. On the weekly, it looks like bulls are buying the dip once again. This 8 EMA came in and held it, and with a wick, and then here the wick didn't even touch the EMA, so we're bullish once again. Maybe there's a bit of a bearish divergence, but we did come down and cooled off the RSI. Now the bulls wanna head back up. So excuse me. So yeah, it's looking good. And if we look at the daily, so we're just sideways. We're consolidating here. We need the bulls to show up and give us some push up here. So let's have a look on the daily here. So daily is the interesting one. Daily is in the equilibrium here. In the equilibrium, the bears try to push down and smash it through the daily EMA here, 21 EMA, but it did close, actually open and close below the EMA, but then the bulls came through and regained it, which is actually, if you look back, I mean, for example, we lost the 21 EMA here as well, and nothing really happened. So it's not that big of a deal to lose it. So what's interesting is that if I put the drawings back on, it's a bit messy. So first of all, you can see this orangey fat line that I left here. If we go back on the monthly there, I'll show you where it's from. This is multi-year support and resistance. It was resistance over here, it was support over here, it was support over here, it was support over here, it was like a little support here, it bounced, and then it broke through. So once it broke through, it was in the bear market, pretty much, and it was bear market, and now we're basically back up above it. And you can see here, if you're just looking at this orange line, we have wicked below it, and we are above it right now, which is a very good sign for the bulls. So yeah, that's very nice. Another thing that I'm looking at here is the this one here is the September high. We're also above it, so that's also very good, as it was resistance and now it's acting as support. So we got quite a bit of support and resistance in this level here, which the bulls want to just smash through, and we are looking very constructive here. So you can see there's an equilibrium. We formed this high here, then we got the low, high, high, low, high, high, low, and we broke through yesterday, basically on Friday. On Thursday we tested it and we wicked through it, and then on Friday we basically smashed through it and we closed above it. And the two candles here, they look really good. They're pretty much Mariposa candles, very bullish, supported by this daily 21 EMA with 2 weeks here, and we got lifted up, and also this trend line I guess maybe helped a little bit, but we didn't even touch it. But it's not a really strong trend line. You could sort of remove it. But yeah, looking good. We turned bullish here, so equilibrium broke through, and bulls just wanna break this next resistance here at 1592. That would be even better, and then we can get to 1600, 16 and 1611, so we can pretty much get a multi-year all-time high once again. So really good for gold. If we're looking at silver, silver is looking a bit weaker. Instead of, it was in sort of a channel on the daily here, it's like in a channel going downwards. Excuse many of my lines here. I'm just going to remove this one. And then it formed an equilibrium as well. So you got the high, you got the low, you got lower high, high low, lower high, and then look, it broke to lower low. It basically faked out this equilibrium and then just punched back up together at the same time with the gold. So I'm sure a bunch of people got stopped out here, which is very interesting. The other thing is that it over here in the consolidation, it went to the golden pocket. If you do a Fibonacci extension from there to there, you can see it went into the golden pocket here and bounced, which is a very good sign. So I can I'll leave that on. And then you got a couple interesting structures here inside. You can see there's this trend line that I have now. I have this other trend line which is forming like a channel sort of thing, but then there's like also this greenish trend line, and that's what's this? This greenish trend line, and that's basically forming like a megaphone type of structure. But we bounce here, so we're showing more strength than weakness at the moment. So we didn't even reach the golden pocket here, and we didn't reach this trend line. So maybe now we will bulls will have more strength to break through here, which would be really good. With the EMAs here, the EMAs really don't matter on the daily because they've just been sort of stuffed around. They've been broken and above and below, above and below. But you know, we got a bit of a rejection here with the wicks in here, but it's not showing any sort of support or resistance. It's better to ignore it. Let's have a look on the weekly here, because we looked on the daily. So I guess we'll zoom out here. And once again, this 21 EMA came in really good. This stage, you can see the original dump here got supported with 3 weeks, so it's looking good for it. And yeah, looking good. We've cooled off the RSI here. Actually, what if we draw something like that? You know, it could come and act as a support if we do bounce off it. If we come down to it a little bit more here, because it was trend line here, it broke above it, and now it might turn into support. But maybe we'll keep an eye on it. And at the same time, what can we draw here on the RSI? RSI looking interesting here, maybe. So you can see there's a support here on the weekly, and that's actually very interesting, because maybe, you know, if it came down here and bounced, that would have been perfect. But yeah, so this trend line support is very good, very nice. I like it. I really like it. It's looking very nice. Let's change the color there. So watch that bounce off it. Could be a good buy opportunity unless we break out of this channel beforehand. So that's on the weekly here. We closed okay. I guess we're still below the 8 EMA, but yeah, 8 EMA it's been nice indicator over here where it was support, and then once it broke below it, but now we broke above it again, and so it has less validity now, I guess. On the monthly, let's have a look on the monthly. So on the monthly is just in this little channel, I guess. We just need to break above 18. We just need to bulls need to break above. We can see the 8 EMA acting as support here since we broke above it, with no candles below closing. So the bulls are looking good. I'm bullish on the gold and silver. So yeah, it's looking nice. We just need to break above here, and the bulls seem to have bought this dip. It's a very good sign when you just break the support and then go back up. Looking at the gold and silver ratio, we are back. We're back in this multi-month channel, multi-year channel from 2011, you know, from 2010, basically for 10 years. Been grinding up in this rising wedge to all-time highs on this chart. I'm sure there's might have been high all-time highs before 98, but you know, very interesting if we're gonna retest this trend line and then break down, or when we're gonna break down. You know, maybe we're gonna reach 100, just to get the round number psychology. You know, psychologically it's gonna make the news, and then it might dump, or maybe we can break beforehand. Over here I thought it was breaking down because of the very strong breakdown. There was a really strong breakdown here, but it slowly grinded its way back. It found its way back above this trend line. So that's gold and silver. And the other thing is, if you look at the dollar has been very strong. So it's really good for gold that gold hasn't dumped or anything, even though the strength of the dollar. I have this trend line here drawn down on the monthly, and the dollar wants to break above it. wants to break above it. It's got this resistance here, which we should actually watch. On the dollar there will be a significant break if it breaks this 99.67 level here. So yeah, very interesting. And if you look on the weekly on the dollar, it's basically it's been downtrending and now it changed this trend back to uptrend. So it's set monthly high low here, and now it's back uptrending on the weekly. So very significant, and it's breaking above this trend line. If it can stay above this trend line, it's a good break for the dollar index DXY. So meaning that the dollar is going up and the gold is still going up, or at least it's going sideways in the dollar strength sort of time. So very interesting. And you know, I am bullish on the dollar as well. At the same time as I'm bullish on the gold. Maybe it doesn't make sense really, but that's what it is. We are in that environment where people will be probably looking for safety when the next downturn does happen. People will be looking for safety, and that safety will be dollar and gold at the same time. And then once people lose the faith in the dollar, then the gold will really shine. Alright, so we'll have a look at that. Let's have a look at good old Bitcoin, eh? Good old Bitcoin. We'll have a look on the let's have a look at first of all, let's have a look at Bitstamp. So look on the monthly here, on the logarithmic scale, how we're going. So over here you can see this trend line is acted as the support here, so we're bouncing, and now we need to test this 14K on the monthly. So yeah, very nice. Let's go to Coinbase. Here, turn off the log, go to monthly here. So, and very interesting here that we draw this trend line and we are actually breaking above it. We're supported by this 21 EMA, and we are breaking above it. This month is only halfway through though, so we can have one of these weeks here. So if we do get one of these weeks, then yeah, we're back down in this channel and we have a chance of going back to 5.K to this support, or we just get supported by 21 EMA once again. So like for example, if I draw it like this, here now we have support like that as well. So we might bounce in here and reach the apex much sooner than if we break it down and then we're back in this area here. So bulls are hoping the 21 EMA acts as support, and then we break up, or we just keep going up from now onwards. You know, the halving is coming in May or even end of April, I think. The halving has become sooner now because of the mining. The mining has increased by a lot, so the miners somewhat accelerated the mining a little bit, and the halving has been moved to a little bit sooner than previously estimated. So yeah, very nice for Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the weekly. The weekly just closed. Well, the weekly hasn't closed. I mean, maybe let's have a look at the futures on the CME. So this is the weekly, right? And it has closed, and some people actually say that we should pay more attention to the CMEs. And have a look here. CMEs look really good actually, because they tried to pull back on the weekly, and now the bulls put dip with this week. We've got increasing bull volume on this push up, so very nice. We broke above the resistance here, which is amazing. So everything looks very nice here. You know, we're gonna test this one. So that's 11,300. So weekly has closed. Very interesting. Very constructive looking here on the weekly, right? So very nice, very nice. So but we are, you know, we are getting extended here, right? We've basically gone up. We've gone up what? We've gone up 66%. 66%. Let's just go back to the other ones. So if we're looking here as well, yeah. So the weekly doesn't look as good here because now it's having a bit of a pullback, and we are forming a wick. But I guess this weekly closes up in 1 day and 12 hours, which is going to be Sunday. So we still have Sunday to play out here, and yeah, we still got time. So and we are at this resistance here, which is the key resistance. It sort of lines up with the dump from the bullish market. We had this bullish market here from 3000, if you remember, and then we formed a structure equilibrium, and then we did break bearish, and then we came to retest it, and then we break bearish again. So now we're back at this spot, which is a key spot right now. So it's making me believe that we might actually reverse here and at least set a high low on the weekly or something like that. You know, we haven't really had a higher low since this point here, which was 6871. We've just been setting a higher low every single week, so we need to eventually come down and set a higher low. But this bull has been strong. You know, look at this volume here. Bulls have inserted this volume, then we had a very low volume consolidation, and then we got a nice bull volume once again with nice 2 candles, and this candle here is having a bit of a think what to do. You know, due to this resistance, you can see the volume by price here as well, node. So it's pulling here a little bit, and yeah, it might just consolidate for a while. So anyway, that's what we got. Let's have a quick at the candle shape in the monthly. The shape in the monthly looks really good, but we got still half a month to go. So, but yeah, we're in the bullish market. You know, let's have a look on the daily. On the daily, we've just been setting steady high lows. We're in this channel here, support, and then now we're sort of making a little wedge as well. We are on the RSI. We got this nice support trend line here. Nice support trend line. You know, it depends how you want to draw it. Maybe a little bit like that with those wicks below it to account for these 2 points. But the other thing that I had drawn here before was this trend, this one here like that, and we broke above it, we faked above it, faked out, and then we broke back inside of it, and now we're retesting it here again. So this is key, and if we do break down, we're gonna break down, and then we're gonna come down, and we're gonna see how we react at the daily 21 EMA. This daily 21 EMA, which is the purple line, that's gonna come in as a support together with this trend line here as well, and this multi-month purple line as well. So it's a lot of support in this area here at 9.7k. So that would be a great buy zone actually. And you can see here we had a volume injection here on the spinning candle, so there's an indecision here, bulls and bears are fighting, and now we've got decreased volume once again just to to consolidate and figure out what is going to happen. So yeah, that's the Bitcoin here. So yeah, in the 4 hour it's testing its 21 EMA, but we did break it below here, so never mind that. that thing is, let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum has been just killing it, and I did make a call out on Twitter about it. We did, first of all, Ethereum BTC. If we have a look at Ethereum BTC, we had a massive trend line here as a resistance, sort of like a triangle. It's a bottoming formation that we had, together with 21 EMA, purple line being resistance, and once we broke above it, boom, we have huge gains. So now also we had huge follow through, huge follow through on it, and so now what's happening is that you can see this price level here. If you look at it historically, we are pretty much at this point, which has acted as support and resistance many times before. So we need to be careful here, and maybe it's time for pullback, especially because if we look at the RSI, we're reaching overbought levels first time since the all-time high versus the Bitcoin here, which was in 2017 June. So we have to be careful here. It might be time for pullback. I took off my position at the moment. I did get out a bit early. Look at the daily as well on the FBTC pair. It's just a straight shot up as soon as it broke that weekly 21 EMA, and huge volume here on this candle coming in. So yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum looking much better than Bitcoin at the moment. Of course, it's gonna have to come and consolidate. I actually got out over at about 259, but we still have one more push up here, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen here. But the RSI is so high here, and if you look backwards, this RSI level is pretty much the highest since the all-time high, right? This is the all-time high here, and then it hasn't really reached it here, it hasn't reached it here, it reached it here on the way to the bull market here, on the way to 360. When it was going, it reached 60. So yeah, this is you're gonna need a pullback, and I had a look at these pullbacks over here, and it's always had it like about 20% pullback from there. So have to exercise a bit of care here, and maybe we'll come down and then break it. First we're gonna test this trend line. So if you look here, this trend line here also, maybe I'll get it on Bitfinex. So have a look where we are at. We're at this area here, which was a key area. There was some resistance here as well, over here as well, and now we're back at this level. So very extended. We're getting the R side overbought first time since all-time high. So it's looking very constructive, but it's a little bit extended at the moment. So we need a bit of a pullback. Look at it; it's just crazy. Look at this 8 EMA, right? 8 EMA has been really nice from this point onwards. Support. So 8 EMA would be a good buy point, right? When we do come down, at least for first bounce, right? It's gonna maybe come down, but bounce, set up some sort of a structure here, and then break up or down. So yeah, Ethereum is very bullish. So I've got a couple of trend lines here. It's getting more parabolic. This trend line, and this trend line, and now this trend line is most parabolic. So it might come as support together with 8 EMA. This one here is the trend line here. You can see support, resistance, 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 broke through it, support, broke, like sort of broke through it, so resistance, and then yeah, and now we are broke above it. We are trying to turn it into support, so yeah, that's interesting. Let's see what the bulls can do. And the other thing here is that this is the Fibonacci. If you do it from there to there, we are broke above the golden pocket here, so that this area, this green box, is the golden pocket, and we broke above it, and we're turning it into support as well. So I don't know how strong the Ethereum bulls are. I think they are, but they're just being crazy at the moment, and they're just pushing up. Let's see if they can hold up. But you know, you gotta exercise care here. There's just, you know, it's just extended. You know, if you look at without anything, it's just, oh my god, look at this run here. It's crazy. Like, what is it? 150%. 150% from the bottom. December, once again, bottom there. The seasonality, 150%. So huge gains. You know, you gotta exercise caution when things like that happen. So I don't know. I want to buy back after the pullback happens. So very good on the. Just quickly flip through BCH. BCH looks really good. We got Litecoin. You know, all the cryptos are really good, especially these new ones. These XTZ, I think Tezos. I was actually trading in here, and look at this breakout. This is huge breakout. It's ridiculous, 200%. So all-time highs. So this would be a good coin to trade. I'm going to be looking to trade this coin now onwards. And Link, I want to buy some Link to hold, because Link is reaching all-time high. Wow, look at that. I drew this one, and as soon as it broke above it, look at this crazy gains here. My god, all from the bottom, 200% as well, almost. So crazy. Link is really good fundamentally, and there's a lot of development happening on it at this moment. So something to maybe buy and hold long term as well. Maybe once it consolidates as well, because it's just extended on every single level. Oh my god. Wow. So amazing. Let's have a quick look at Australian dollar. So Australian dollar is complete rubbish at the moment. Basically, if you look at it on the monthly, here, we're basically at the all-time lows since 09, since this huge crash, since 09 here. It's very bad for the dollar. We had a bear flag here, confirm. A bit of a bounce trying to happen right now, but nope, it's not happening. So what else? Let's have a look at, just very quickly, have a look at US oil. It looks pretty crap as well. It had a massive smash through. It's getting supported by this trend line that I drew though. I was talking about this, I think it's a monthly trend line. So this monthly trend line is over here, acting as support right now. But yeah, oil just got smashed. Natural gas is getting smashed completely. This is the all-time low over here, which is 1.574. It's getting a bit of bullish divergence here, so that's what I was analyzing over here with this line. Every time on the daily we had a bullish divergence, we get a nice bounce. So actually now it's time to buy now, but I'm too busy trading other things, you know. bounce 15%, 8%, 11%. So there's a bounce here, but the star of the show is of course Space. Look at it. It's amazing. It's crazy. On the weekly, it looks crazy. Look, ever since it's broke through all-time high here, actually traded it at about 13 bucks, and now it's at 28. This weekly just closed, and it's looking like it's starting to look extended. But this weekly candle looks very nice. We're likely to open at all-time highs on Monday. It's just been crazy. It had this consolidation here. Once it broke this consolidation, it's just a rocket upwards here. It broke below the 8 EMA here, got supported by the 8 EMA, boom, smash. Look at this volume, it's amazing, this volume. So most likely it's gonna open up higher and then some profit taken. And we have to have a look. We have to look out for the volume climax, which may happen similar to Tesla, for example. Have a look at this candle here. Have a look at this volume and just compare it to Tesla. Oops. It's Italian Tesla. So have a look. So that candle, it's basically this candle here, boom, and then, or even this candle here. Have a look at this candle, boom. What happens on the next day? It opens up higher and then sells off. So expect a gap up and then consolidates quite a bit. So Tesla consolidated here 10%, and then you got this one here, same thing. Boom, huge volume, closes at the high of the day, and then huge reversal candle here. But how much have you gained? You gain like 25%. So you can have a huge gain. So that's what we want in Tesla to happen. Next week on Monday we want to open up above 30s and possibly then do a reversal, doing a climax top. Yeah, very nice. So apparently this stock is really nice. Also fundamentally, Richard Branson from Virgin. This is the Virgin Galactic or whatever. Virgin Galactic Holdings. So they want to do space travel for tourists. So it doesn't have many competitors on stock exchange. So this stock is very low float as well. Has a good rich CEO, very successful CEO. So it's got a lot of room to grow, and that's why it is growing. That's why it's, once it broke through here, it's just been rocketing upwards, rocketing into space. So I sold most of my position. I still hold about 15%, and I'm probably gonna, if we gap up, selling it and rebuying lower on climax top consolidation. So that's Space. It's been really good for me, and I'm gonna be watching this stock very closely the whole 2020. Let's have a quick look at CGC. CGC had some earnings, and on the earnings it basically had a massive gap up open and then a bit of profit taken throughout the rest of the day. So this is going to be our weekly high low now, but interesting thing is that we did get rejected by the 21 EMA here, so we closed below 21 EMA, so that's putting a bit of a damper on the bullish sentiment. on the weekly, but on the daily, I guess we did close above the daily 21 EMA, so we'll see what happens. Alright, that's all I wanted to have a look at. I also did trade ZM. I still held the position. I think I bought it about 80. I think I bought it at about 90, and I'm just holding it, hoping that this structure is going to break bullish. Is it like a little pennant, I guess? We had this massive bull move. We formed like a bull flag, sort of pennant formation. We're getting supported by 8 EMA here. We're not at all-time high, but I'm hoping for continuation here, so I'm just gonna hold this. I'm gonna put a stop loss, pretty much break-even stop loss somewhere here. So that's the worst thing that can happen. It's a small position, so I'm fine with letting it play out like that. So yeah, very interesting times, I guess. We're at all-time highs. The printing press was at printing QE4 or not QE4, whatever they want to call it, the repo thing. And let's see what's gonna happen. This is gonna be the last picture here on the SPY. So alright, thanks for listening. See you later.